Hey, happy stampers. It's Sunday Fun Day, and we're here for another video making beautiful cards using Stampin' Up! Products. I'm Katie Light with Katie's Happy Stampers, and I would like to welcome you to my video for my Sunday Fun Day. Today we are going to be using the Translucent Florals stamp set. I fell in love with this stamp set as soon as I saw it, and I just had a wonderful time playing with it. We are also going to be using the Delightful Floral paper, and this is to show the difference in the papers. This is the front side of one, and this is the back side. This is the front side of this one, and this is the back side. So usually the papers have a bolder pattern on one side and something subtle on the other, so you can use it just about for anything. Here's 1 and 2. Here's 1, and this is the one we're going to be using today. And this is the back side of it. This is 1 and 2. And 1 and 2. Okay, and the colors that are in this paper are Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Bubble Bath, Calypso Coral, Fresh Freesia, Lemon Lolly, Parakeet Party, Pool Party, and Pretty Peacock. Now, I am going to be using the Fresh Freesia, but I also pulled in, I think, this color here in this paper. You can see it in all the papers. It looks a lot like the, what's it called? Oh my goodness, my brain has gone. It is, I can't even see it on that. Soft Seafoam, doggone. Let's just have the old brain go haywire right from the start. So, but these will be the ink pads that we can use, and we're going to be using definitely the Soft Seafoam and the Fresh Freesia. And then I need to decide if we were going to be using the Lemon Lolly for flowers, Berry Burst, or Calypso Coral. So I brought them all out just so that I can choose. Then I'm also going to bring in some sentiments from a couple other stamp sets. In the Magnolia Mood, which is an online exclusive, I'm going to be using the Happy Birthday from that one. And on the Layering Leaves, I'm going to be using So Happy to Celebrate You. And that's going to be on the inside of the card. Okay, so those are the stamp sets we're going to be using. Get my silicone mat where I can reach it, because I'm going to need it. And then this is going to be the card we're going to be making. It's going to be a fractured panel card. Now, I'm doing today's just a little bit different. I thought these strips were just a little bit too wide for my taste, so I'm going to make them just a little bit more narrow. But it's going to be basically the same card. So let's get started. I've got our pieces already all cut out for us. These are the strips, and they are the ones for today are going to be cut at a quarter of an inch by 5, which it doesn't quite need to be by 5, but you know, that makes them definitely long enough. And you need 4 of those, and I cut. There's my 4 strips that I'm going to need. Then we are going to need a scrap for stamping. You might need a bigger scrap than this. I'm just going to demonstrate how to stamp it and cut, because I've already got them stamped and cut out to save time. So I'm just going to be using a small piece of white. And then this is going to be a strip of white also for our label, and it is cut at 3 1/4 by 3/4 of an inch. Okay, and then this little strip here is going to be 3/4 by 4, and that is for the inside of our card. Here's our center square, which is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And like I said, you don't have to worry about getting these dimensions down. They will all be posted on my blog later today. This is going to be our card, our mat piece, and it is 3 3/4 by 5. And here's another matte piece of the soft seafoam, and it's 5 1/4 by 4. And then this is going to be for the inside of the card at 5 1/4 by 4. And this is our card base, and it is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. And then I like to decorate my envelope, so this is a piece to decorate the envelope, and it is 6 by 1 3/4. And also, we're gonna need an envelope. So there's all our pieces. And so let's get started making our card. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to do the stamping. And like I said, I'm just gonna show you just a little bit, how to do it. But I've already got them all done, so that way it would save time. Sometimes these videos go to running pretty long. I'm gonna move this out of the way. And we're gonna ink up our ink pad. And with this stamp set, you don't wanna touch it too hard, and you definitely don't wanna press too hard, because it kind of it's a distinctive stamp. So when if you push too hard, it's gonna make a mess of things. Let's see how pretty that is with the purple right in there. That's the Fresh Freesia color. And that's our largest flower. And I'm gonna go ahead and clean my stamp. Then I'm gonna do, in a different color, we're gonna do let's do the Lemon Lolly. It's a pretty color. And like I said, you just barely tap the ink on there and then just lightly touch it down. And I like to give it a second or two to let the ink soak into the paper and then bring it up. And that is gorgeous. Okay, clean my stamp again. Then we're gonna come in with our soft seafoam. And we are going to do our leaves. Nope, let me go. Where my soft seafoam? Do our leaves. And just barely tap it on the thing, and then just lightly touch down. And that is pretty. Okay, so there's our stamping done for that part. We'll be doing some more stamping later with the greetings and things, but we're done with it for now. I did want to show y'all that this stamp set also comes with the dies to cut out the flowers. And you'd use this one for that. Then we've got the double leaves here. And you'd use that one for that. Line them up. And then our big one. And like I said, I'm not going to do all that today. I would use for this my mini cut and emboss machine. But I've already got them cut out just to save some time today. So that way the video isn't quite as long and I don't keep y'all as long. So I'm going to put these back on. And I always put my dies right in my stamp set on a magnet sheet. So that way I know where they're at and keep up with them that way. So I'm done with that stamp set for now. And like I said, we would normally cut these out using the mini cut and emboss machine, but I'm not going to do that today just to save some time. I've got them, as you can see, I've got them all cut out here, ready to go. So now let's bring our card in. Let me see if I can find my bone folder in here. Probably can't. Yep, there it is. I see it. I like to give my cards a good crease. So that way they lay down and are nice and well behaved. So then the next thing we're gonna need is our soft seafoam piece, and it's gonna layer right there. But I'm not gonna glue that down yet. First, I'm gonna glue down this piece on here. This goes on the, so let's get that glued on. And just I use liquid glue. You can use Seal or Seal Plus or Tear and Tape, Glue Dots, whatever is your adhesive of choice. But I kind of like the liquid glue. So then I can see this and put it on there good and straight. Make sure it's straight. Nope, it's crooked. That's what I like about the liquid glue, is I can get it and get it straight. My hands are always so shaky, so that's why I use the liquid glue more than anything else, because I am always shaky. There we go. I think that's got it. Okay, now we're gonna take this piece and we're gonna glue it down to the center of the card. Okay, and I did do it in a diamond shape here. So let's do that to the center. Now this is where we're gonna need our strips. And I like to use my silicone mat for this because get glue everywhere. But the way I like to do it is I don't want to put the glue on the strips because I don't know how far I need to use it. So I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to start right here in this top corner, and I'm going to put just a little bead of glue right there and take it all the way down to the edge of the card. Okay? Then we're going to take one strip and we're going to butt it up against the purple piece. Like so. And that's why I said liquid glue don't stick to this silicone mat. I love that. Okay, so there's one piece done. And I'm gonna flip my card around, and I'm gonna end up getting glue in my card if I'm not careful. But I'll try to be careful. Okay, then we're gonna take just a little bead of liquid glue and bring it down the edge, straight down to the bottom. I got a little bit too much glue on that last one, but this one I did better. And butt it up against there and let it hang off the edge. Like so. Oops, and then here when I slid it, it slid and it moved. So let's do that again, get it on there. Okay, now, press it down. There we go. I got glue on my fingers, so that means I got glue on my card. I'm just having a rough time. Okay, there we go. Now, let that sit there and let it dry a sec. Okay. Now, we're gonna do our third piece. It's liquid glue. It's good for what I like it for, but it's also, sometimes can be kind of finicky on me. Okay, let's put one more piece, like so, and you butt them right up against that purple piece and right up against your other piece. So you're kind of framing out that fresh freesia piece there in the center. Okay, so let's do one more strip of glue. Very thin. And let's put this piece down like so. I'm going to use use the end of my glue bottle to press that down because I got sticky on my fingers and it's sticking to everything. Usually I have some baby wipes or something next to me so that I can clean all that off my fingers, but I don't have it out here today, so. Okay, so now there's our piece of our fractured card. That's how you get the fractured part. Can you see that? Bring it up closer so you can see. Okay, so then we are gonna take, I have a pair of scissors that I marked. I like to keep one marked for just using on things that could be sticky and glue, so I'm not getting glue on my ribbon and things like that. So then you're just gonna take it and turn it over, and we're gonna trim off those strips off of each side. Okay, and that's what's left over, and that's just all scrap now. Okay, so there's that. Okay, now we can go ahead and put this on our card base. Excuse me, I have a little bit of case of the sniffles today. So I'm trying not to sniffle. But I don't know if I've told anybody this on here or not, but during the week I do daycare and I watch babies in my home. That's the best job ever in the world. I mean, who doesn't want to love on babies? And then, like I said, at the end of the week, I get to get paid for it. It's awesome. The only other job I can think of that would be better would be making these cards. Which I don't know that it would be better than hugging the babies and playing with the babies, but that's okay. We're gonna, both of them are awesome. We'll put it that way. Okay, now, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our flowers, and we are going to see how we want them placed on our card base. Now, I know that I just need to decide if I want to use the Berry Burst, the Lemon Lolly, or the Calypso Coral. I'm definitely using the Fresh Freesia because it's the color in the card base. So we're gonna, let's see, what did I use on this one? I used Calypso Coral, Lemon Lolly, and Fresh Freesia. So I think this time I will use the Berry Burst and put it up here. And then the Lemon Lolly down here. Let's do it the other way around. Let's just mix it up. Okay, put that there. And then this is gonna go in the center, and it's gonna be up on dimensionals. So let me put this one away. Okay, so let's get our glue out again. And we're gonna glue these straight down to the paper, to the card. So there's our glue on that one, and it kind of goes pretty straight there. Okay, and then this one we're gonna get to turn it just a little bit the one direction. Okay. And if you notice, I'm just putting glue kind of in the center because I might want to tuck leaves kind of underneath these. You know, I don't know yet. Okay, and then this one is going to be popped up on dimensionals in the center here. So let me get my Take Your Pick tool. Those of you who watch me on a regular basis know that I love to use my Take Your Pick tool for getting dimensionals and picking up small things. Now, this sheet of dimensionals is all gone, but don't throw it away because you can always use these strips on the edge, especially like if you're gonna pop up a whole card base. It's easy to cut that whole strip and put it along the side, but so don't throw those away because they're useful. So then let me get out my other dimensionals. I got another pack here. Trying to be prepared like the Boy Scouts. So here, and I try not to be too chintzy with my dimensionals because I don't want anything to sag when it runs through the rollers in the post office. I want it to have good balance. And I'm going to take the backs off of those. Okay, that's got that. And then we are gonna put this down just kind of like that, kind of at an angle so you can see all three of the flowers. Okay, now we are gonna use our liquid glue to put on our leaves. And I think I'm gonna put some leaves there. And some leaves over here. That looks good. And then maybe just do it like I did the other one and do a single leaf down here. Kind of like that. That looks good. Okay, so let's put our glue on our leaves. Okay, we're going to tuck it underneath there. Stick it down. Gonna go here and stick it down. And then this one needs glued down. It needs to go this way. There we go. Now, I think that's good for the leaves. So we'll set that aside. Now we need our strip for our greeting. And with that, that's where I'm bringing in the Magnolia Mood. And I'm gonna bring in the Happy Birthday. And this stamp set is on as an online exclusive. And it also comes with dies to cut out the pretty flowers. There's beautiful flowers. If y'all have ever seen a magnolia tree in bloom, it's something to see. You know, those of us who live in the South, we see it quite often. And that is just gorgeous. So I was very excited to get this stamp set. So let's do that. And we are going to stamp it. Let me find a block. There we go. Sorry about that. And you can set your block and just set it down on it. I like to do it kind of diagonal so that way my eye is looking at the stamp, not at the block. Okay, let me cover this up so my glue doesn't get clogged. Okay, let's bring in our fresh freesia again. Okay, and then we're gonna hit this right in the center. And with the red rubber stamps, you need to be careful that you don't get any along the edges, so you just need to tap it on there. And then when you bring it down, I'm gonna stand up so that I can see this. Bring it down, straight down. And get it in the center, see if I made it. Yeah, not too bad. I didn't quite make it in the center, but it's good enough. The only one that's going to notice it is you and me. Whoever I send the card to, they won't be looking that close, I promise you. So let's put this away. I'm one that if I don't put things away, I'm a very messy stamper. And I lose things just about every time I stamp something, I lose something. So let's get our snips out here. And I'm going to trim this. And I'm going to do it at an angle from the corner up. You can see my hand shaking. From the corner up. And this side go to the top corner. And do it from the corner down. That way it just kind of gives it a little interest there. So it's not just straight. Okay. Close this back up. I'll need it again here in a minute though. And we're going to put this up on dimensionals as well. So let's do 3 dimensionals on our greeting. Take the backs off of those. Get off there. There we go. Okay. Now we are going to set this right down here at the bottom. And our front of our card is pretty much done. Now we just have to stamp the inside and decorate the inside panel. Okay, and for that, that's where I'm going to bring in the layering leaves. Bring in my block again. Oh, my paper was stuck to my block. And we are going to use, what was it? So Happy to Celebrate You is going to be the stamp we use for this one. And I like to set it down and pick it up with the block. And again, we're going to use our Fresh Freesia ink. And this is a photopolymer stamp, so you can see right through it and see where the ink is on it. That's a benefit of the photopolymer. And if y'all wonder, I'm stamping on my glass mat. If you don't have one of the glass mats, you might need a foam piece. Yeah, we call it the Stamp and Pierce mat, so that way this will stamp better. It needs a little bit of cushion. The red rubber stamps have cushion, but these photopolymers don't. But I've never had a problem with it since I've been using the glass mat that I got. So there's that. And we will clean our stamp again, get it put away. See, I'm so bad I even lost the stamp case. There it is. I didn't get that quite clean enough. Still see some ink on it. I want to put my stamps away clean. Okay, got that. Now, we have our little piece of the Designer Series paper. Close that up. And we are going to put that along the bottom of our inside piece. Okay. Just like so. Okay. And then we are going to glue this down to the inside of our card. See if I can get it picked up here. Use that take your pick tool. Okay, let's glue this down. Okay. There's that. Okay, now, I always like to decorate my envelope, so I'm going to do this on the flap of the envelope. And that's what this piece is for. So I'm going to glue that down. I'm going to just put the glue right on the envelope. That would be... Okay, that'll work. And then just line it up. And press it down. Okay, now we're going to need our snips again. And we are just going to trim off these sides. So that it's the same as the envelope. There we go. And there's our envelope done. Okay, now, I don't know about y'all, but I don't think any card is complete without some bling on it. So we're going to put some jewels on our card. There goes them sniffles again. Let's see, here's my take your pick tool. I like to use it for putting my jewels. And we are going to put a big one right here, and it should be good there. And then we're gonna put a medium-sized one up here, and a little one over here. Oops, I missed it. Where'd it go? I don't see it. Maybe I didn't get it picked up. There we go. Put a little one over here. And another little one right down here. And I just think the bling makes the card. Let me bring it up just a little bit closer so hopefully you can see that shine of the bling on there. Okay, so these are our cards and our envelope. And they're ready to go in the mail. If you like this video, please like and share it and place a comment. That helps us get the word out there about our videos. If you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to help you with your Stampin' Up! Needs. All my information will be on my blog later today, and the link to the blog will be in the comments below. My blog is Katie's Happy Stampers at blogspot.com, and like I said, the link will be posted in the comments below. So I hope y'all enjoyed this card. This is a card that I've been wanting to try for a long time, and I definitely think I like the skinnier strips better. This one, the strips were a quarter of an inch, and this one they were 7/8, I think it is. No, not 7/8. It's one under a quarter of an inch, whatever. So, but so there's our two cards, and I hope you enjoyed it. You all have a blessed Sunday, and thank you for joining me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.